Part 3.
Oh, hey there. We're here. Okay, we're shooting. Let's go.
Forget.
Just collecting my thoughts.
We initially said this was going to be a 2-part series.
We lied. Sorry.
It's so much to digest and take in. We just decided to give you a 3-part series.
We figured a 30-minute video was going to be a little cumbersome. So
I mean, I wouldn't watch a 30-minute video, so we're going to assume you wouldn't either. So, but this is part 3 of the NAR settlement and how it's affecting buyers and sellers. So if you're catching this email and you have no idea what we're talking about, go back. We have a part 1 and a part 2 on what it means for both buyers and sellers.
So
and then
exciting.
This video is going to be pros and cons, and it really deserved a 3rd part because this has changed the landscape for buyers and sellers and agents. And it's completely flipped us up on our heads. So we wanted to really do a pretty deep dive. And so part 3.
Yeah, we're shooting the videos, and I'm like, there's just way too much to cover here. And then, we're kind of talking about how, buyers and sellers are impacted, but I thought it would be important to really cover, like, if we zoom out as far as a whole, how this can go down. None of us have a crystal ball, as we always say. Everyone's always asking, what's the market going to do? Should I buy now? Should I sell now? The best thing we can do is, examine, historic trends, examine data, obviously our gut and kind of what we see. So part of this is going to be intuition, part of this is going to be just experience and that sort of thing. But there are some pros that are coming from this, and of course there's going to be some cons that are coming from this. So, the big one I would say, and the overhaul that I really feel was needed is, unfortunately, in our industry, as real estate and realtors are concerned, there's a relatively low barrier to entry. So you have a lot of other industries that require extensive training, extensive schooling, certifications, continued education, this thing. We have continued education, but as far as the bar to actually get your real estate license, relatively low. And the other downside of that is when you are going to real estate school, they're not even teaching you how to practice real estate.
No.
How to negotiate contracts, how to handle objections, how to negotiate, how to comp properties. They're literally teaching you how to pass a test and how to not get sued and how to, be ethical. The standards of ethics and that sort of thing. So, with that, you have a lot of people that come out, don't know what they're doing at all, and blind leading the blind. And I think that really boils down to the root cause of what kind of set this lawsuit off. You know what I mean? Just a lot of people that had. A lot of people had great experiences with realtors and worked with wonderful realtors and that sort of thing, and others not so much. And, so a big part of this is, I think, a lot of the opportunists or the part-timers or, those that don't know how to adapt, educate themselves, educate their clients are going to go the wayside. So, you're going to have, the cream of the crop, in my opinion. So you're going to have the strong that survive. You're going to have those that have been in the business for a long time, those that know how to take care of their clients, those that know how to adapt and pivot and educate and that sort of thing.
Those that really treat this as though it's their, this is what we do full time. This is what we do for a living. So I think it's really going to speak volumes.
Right. And you're representing people that are doing generally the biggest transaction of their life, financially, emotionally. There's so many ramifications. And with real estate transactions, there's so many perils and pitfalls and stuff that can go wrong and does go wrong, and knowing how to navigate those. So the silver lining here is, moving forward, we should see, a lot fewer agents out there, but those that are around are going to be really the best of the best, which is awesome. So I think from a consumer standpoint, which is really what this was targeting, I think there is going to be a huge benefit to consumers to not have to sift through and, my second cousin's niece who just graduated sells real estate now, and having those transactions and, just not having it go well. So definitely an upside there. Downside, this is going to be messy. People navigating this, people not understanding this. We went to a training, there was about 300 agents there. They had the attorney for, the local board training it, and it was kind of scary, like in the sense that some of the questions that were asked that you're like, and this is, less than a week leading up to this going live, and I'm like, they don't have their heads wrapped around how this is going to go down. So there's going to be some bumpiness on both sides with agents kind of figuring it out. It is going to impact lending. You know what I mean? It is going to impact appraisals. Appraisers use commission data, closing cost data, as far as adjustments and market trends and making adjustments for price. Lenders are going to have to figure out how to apply these credits and what loan programs these work for. There's escrow companies with, multiple buyer broker agreements signed, or misunderstanding or miscommunications, or it's going to be a mess. So just be patient with that process. Make sure that everyone's on the same page, that you're being educated and informed. The other big one that this one kind of hurts me a little bit is first-time home buyers, or it doesn't have to necessarily be first-time home buyers, but maybe people that aren't, made of cash, that don't have a lot of cash reserves. And with the home prices being as high as they are and interest rates being as high as they are, there's a lot of people that may fall into our bucket that will not have the money to have this representation. They're going to be either asked out, or they're not even going to enter the market, or if they do, they're going to be in a position where maybe they can't afford to have that representation if they're not able to have that negotiated, or the seller's able to offer it. So I really see this impacting veteran buyers, FHA buyers, down payment assistance buyers.
So true.
It's sad. And I mean, that's such a huge segment. And, we always talk about the American dream, real estate being the number one pillar for the American dream. And so to kind of have that potentially eroded with this, that's going to be a little rough. You know what I mean? Like, people that have money always have money.
Yeah. Generally
always see the value. They'll pay for great service, but not everybody fits in that bucket. And it's super unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big one. There's going to probably be lots and lots of lawsuits. The way this lawsuit went down, the National Association of Realtors and their members and a lot of these brokerages are shielded from similar lawsuits. But what's going to happen is you're going to have unrepresented buyers. You're going to have buyers that sign multiple buyer broker agreements. You're going to have sellers saying that they're offering compensation or not, and then flip the script or whatever. There's going to be misunderstanding, miscommunication, and stuff's going to go off the rails, like it always does when there's confusion and not clarity and changes and that sort of thing. So expect a lot of lawsuits. So just be very, very, very careful with your transactions. Be very, very careful with who you're hooking your which pony you're picking. Which agent's going to be representing you on a sale that can kind of walk you through this process, and a lot more importantly, which agent's going to be representing you guys on buyers, because everything's changed. So
there's going to be a lot of questions. Yeah. So if you have questions about what it looks like for you, come to us. We're obviously, transparency and candor is huge for us. So if we don't know, we're going to tell you we don't know, but we can figure it out together. We can find the answer for you. So just like in other videos, if you find value from this, or you feel as though there's another topic that you may want us to discuss, go ahead and reach out to us. You can reply to this email. You can contact us through BombBomb texts. But we appreciate you guys, and appreciate you sticking with us. And if you need something, we're here.
Thanks so much.